Hi there, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's VinPF, and on today's episode, I'm coming to you with a bit of a heavy heart. Now, I've had this sample on my shelf for a good few years now. I picked this up when I first started the channel, picked it up in a shop when I bought a bottle. I thought I'd buy a few samples while I'm here, just in case, you never know, might review it one day. Stuck it to the back of my shelf and saw it today and thought, you know what, I'm going to cover a Macallan. I don't cover Macallans very often, I have to say, being brutally honest with you. I don't tend to vibe with their flavour profile much. There aren't many Macallans that I rave about, and the ones I have covered, like the editions, I've covered a couple of the editions now, haven't really gelled with them very much. So I put this off, and it's only just now, today, that I've realised that this little poor thing is discontinued. This is the Macallan Gold. Actually, I would just like to say before we kick off that I really like this little wee sample bowl. It's got its own little cork and everything. Cute. Which is nice because sample bottles don't usually have that. They're usually a screw cap or whatever. So yeah, I picked this up a good few years ago and it got discontinued in 2018 and I didn't even know. That's what happens when you stay away from a distillery for any length of time. You lose touch with what they're doing. You don't really understand what's going on. And now this has been replaced by a new gold in the double cask. Sure. This one's matured exclusively in sherry oak casks from Jerez. There you go. And the new one is a mixture of ex-bourbon and ex-sherry. Not sure what the differences will be, but let's get into this one and see what we've got in the glass. Scotch Test Ice glass. Now it's 40% of this one, and at the time it was about 40 quid, so it's about the same as the double cask. Really, I think the differences between the two are going to be whether you prefer that holy sherry kind of range, or if you want the ex-bourbon influence there as well. But let's get into the nose. It might not surprise you to know that getting some dried fruits and stuff off this very sherry led. I'm not getting much soul from this. It's actually one of the reasons why I don't like Macallan that much, is that I find a lot of their whiskies are a bit sulphurous to my nose, which isn't a bad thing to most people, but to me, don't really like that. Behind that, there's some kind of citrusy vibes going on, kind of orangey. If you get your nose real in there, I get some extra kind of maltiness, some hay-like qualities coming from it. Let's try on the palate. Okay. So before the finish is what I've just had, and I'm not really a big fan of that, but before that, you're getting a nice kind of citrusy and honey vibe going on. There's a kind of burst of spiciness on the back end. Not really sure what kind of spice, I have to say. Probably, dare I say, some kind of like cinnamony kind of thing. But then after that, it just like disappears into thin air. Yeah, and then you swallow. It's kind of weird. You can feel it working on different parts of your tongue. Like the front bit, there's nothing going on there at all. Once you've swallowed, it's finished. But you get the spiciness up the sides, which is quite pleasant. But I have to say that the finish, although you could say it's medium in terms of I can still taste it, but like right now I'm having this incredible drying sensation with barely any flavour there at all. You know what? It's not a bad whiskey. It's I would categorise it as kind of just fine. It's all right. I've got nothing to rave about really, because there's nothing wowing me. It disappears too quickly. That kind of sour and dryingness, I'm not enjoying at all. It's leaving a kind of oaky, not even quite leathery. It's like a kind of flavour that when you haven't had a drink for a while, that kind of thing. You haven't had a drink of even water, you get that kind of dry mouth. That's what I'm tasting. So, yeah, it hasn't turned me around on Macallan at all, I have to say. Bit of a shame I've left it so long, because now we can't buy this, so you can't really check what I'm saying. I haven't tried the new one either, but I might try a few more Macallans now, because I know you guys like to watch Macallans. But I don't buy them because I don't typically like them. And they are very expensive. This is about 40 quid. Not this bottle, the full-size bottle is about 40 quid. And the new one is about that as well. Very expensive for what it is, in my opinion. A no age statement whiskey. We don't know what else is done to this. I think it's probably added colour. This doesn't say anything about it one way or the other. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It's just a distillery that doesn't really match my preferred palate, unfortunately.